Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. Just past 6,000 subscribers, which is absolutely bonkers. Thank you for everyone who has supported the channel. I really do appreciate it. Now I was in two minds whether to do this video because it's quite a shocking story that I've got here. It's on the Disability News Service website, and it's something which I think might happen a lot more with if these cuts in welfare go ahead. It was a mistake by DWP, as we know they do make them, and so it's going to be a distressing story. So obviously I completely understand if you'd rather not see it, but I just felt as though it's something that I'm certainly going to be sharing around, because I think it's important that people who aren't in the DWP system see what it's like to have this happen to them, and to tell them that basically one day this could be them. So I'm going to show you the story now, and I'll let you know. You can let me know down in the comments what you think about it. Let's have a look. Right, so this is in the Disability News Service website. Disabled man dies in poverty and squalor after DWP removes his benefit just as Labour cuts PIP by £4.5 billion. The body of a disabled man was found in his flat in distressing, squalid conditions just weeks after the Department for Work and Pensions wrongly removed his disability benefits because he has failed to return a claim form. His sister, his only surviving close relative, believes he may have been left without enough credit on his phone to call for help, while he had not had enough money to fix his broken mobility scooter. David, who was 59, had run out of pads for his incontinence, so his flat in Salisbury was covered in certain things which I probably can't say, and his body was discovered by the emergency services after his sister had grown increasingly concerned at his failure to answer her messages. Susan believes the wrongful removal of his personal independence payment played a significant part in his demise. She told Disability News Service he was already on the breadline, so I think it would have been devastating for him. She also believes that DWP failed to make the necessary safeguarding checks before removing his PIP. She has now warned that the death of her much-loved brother must act as a warning of the horrors to come if the government goes ahead with its planned PIP cuts. He lived on the ground floor of a two-storey council house and left a handwritten note describing his deteriorating health and state of desperation, and how he had fallen over 8 times since the start of the year. He is believed to have died on the 19th of February after 25 years of ill health, which had grown considerably worse over the last year. He had ME, fibromyalgia and diverticulitis, which left him with severe fatigue, reoccurring flu and incontinence, and only able to walk a few steps. The handwritten note described his continual incontinence and how he was losing a cup of this every day because of his diverticulitis. But his PIP had been removed just weeks earlier, on the 4th of January, after he failed to return the lengthy form that he had needed to fill out as part of a review of his claim ordered by the DWP. His sister says he would not have been well enough to walk to the post box to post it, even if he had been able to fill it in, because he could barely make it to his gate without falling over. Although DWP later wrote to him to say his PIP would be reinstated on the 20th of February, the notification of his decision did not arrive until 2 weeks after his death, and his family believe the decision was only made after the department were told of his death on the 21st of February. Because he had been recovering from an eye infection, Susan believes he may not have realised his PIP had been removed until shortly after his death, as he had not mentioned in any of his text messages in January during their last conversation on the 1st of February. She said it was an absolutely brutal thing to do, a vulnerable person, and I can only imagine the psychological distress that it must have felt when he actually read the letter. By the time he read it, she believes he was too ill to act and may not have been able to call for help because his phone had run out of credit. His passing is disturbing echoes of other people linked to DWP over the last decade, including those of Philippa Day, Jodie Whiting and Errol Graham, and offers yet more evidence that the department is not fit for purpose. It will also add to calls for a public inquiry into the years of deaths and other harm caused by the DWP. DWP have so far refused to comment or answer questions about this. I'm not going to go any further. I'll leave a link to the description of this article so you can read it yourself, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. We know this happens. There are stories of it happening all the time. This is really distressing, and I think it goes to show what would happen to a number of people if they are subject to these new conditions that the government want to put onto PIP. And this just proves to you that, you know, if this man's PIP had been taken away, which it was, but obviously for different reasons, but if, for example, his PIP had been taken away under the new regime, there's no way he could have gone to work. And that's what the Labour government are saying. Well, we'll take away your PIP and then you'll go to work. This man obviously couldn't do that. And there are going to be lots of examples of people out there who are not going to be able to do that because of various reasons. So I think this is absolutely the wrong thing to do by the Labour government. And I would hope, please, that you share this video to people, or share it on your social media, so that people can see what the impact could possibly be if these changes go through. As I say, I'm sorry that this is such a distressing video. I do apologise for it, but I just feel it's important for these things to be told, so that everyone knows, people outside of the DWP's process know that this goes on and this happens, and this will likely get worse. So let me know down in the comment section what you think about this. I hope you're all keeping safe and well, and I'll see you again next time.